Many years ago in a city not too far from here, there lived a very wealthy man who loved to hunt ducks. He owned many hunting dogs, and every day he would take them out into the forest to see how many ducks they could catch. But one day his dogs came back without catching any ducks. And when he asked them why, they said that they had seen a giant dove, much bigger than any of the other doves, and it had scared them off. The next day, he took his dogs out again and told them to catch that big dove. The dogs found the dove, but when they got close, the dove started talking. It said, "Oh, my friends, what brings you here? I'm just an ordinary bird who loves peace and quiet. Don't kill me." The dog started barking. "Shut up, you dirty bird. We're here to eat your flesh." Then the dove said, "I have a magical power that can turn whoever hears it into gold. Do you want to hear it?" The dogs looked at each other, then replied, "No, we don't want to be turned into gold statues." So the dove was saved. After this, the dove flew onto the man's shoulder and said, "My dear master, why did you send those ferocious animals to kill me? I didn't do anything wrong." The man said, "You're right. I'm sorry. In fact, I wanted to ask for your help. I heard that only someone who has never tasted fear has a magical voice like yours. And I would like you to use it on my hunting dogs so that they will never be afraid of anything. This way, no animal will be able to stand against them." The dove said, "Very well, I will grant your wish, but only because you apologized and admitted your mistake. Otherwise, I could have turned you into gold too." Then she sang her magical song. As soon as the first note left her mouth, the dogs started to shine. They became solid gold statues, but instead of being scared, they were excited. One of the dogs barked happily, "Wow, I'm made of pure gold. I feel so rich and valuable now." Another dog wagged its tail and said, "It's amazing to be a golden statue. Look how shiny and bright we all are." The dove finished her song and said, "Your transformation is permanent. You will remain golden statues forever. Now go and show your master how useful you are." The dogs ran to the man and started licking his hand. The man stroked their heads and thought, "I am indeed very lucky. These dogs are worth a fortune. I can sell them and become even richer than I am now." He took the dogs outside to show them off, and they immediately became famous throughout the city because everyone who saw them wanted to buy these magnificent golden dogs. The man was so happy that he gave a big feast that night in honor of the dove and all of his new wealth. However, in the middle of the celebration, one of the guests said, "Hey, isn't it strange that those dogs don't bark or make any noise? It's like they're dead." The man realized that they hadn't barked or made a single sound since their transformation. He tried to get them to bark by hitting them with a stick, but that didn't work either. They were completely silent and still like statues. He went to the dove and asked her, "Why are my dogs like this? They don't bark anymore. They don't seem to be alive." The dove replied, "Because you are a greedy and unkind person. When I turned your dogs into gold, they lost their souls. If you want them back, you'll have to do something nice for someone else without expecting anything in return." The man thought, "How can I possibly do that? I am used to receiving and taking, not giving." But then he had an idea. He went outside and took out his golden shovel. It was the best one he had, and he announced to the whole city, "Whoever digs 3 holes in my garden will receive this beautiful shovel." Many people came to try, but they couldn't dig even 1 hole because it was a very hard metal. Finally, an old, skinny man came and easily dug 3 deep holes. The man asked, "What? How is that possible?" "That shovel is made of pure gold." The old man replied, "For me, it's not heavy at all. I dig ditches for a living. So please give me the shovel." The man gave him the shovel and sent him away. Then he went to the dove and said, "I think I did something good. Can my dogs come back now?" The dove replied, "Yes, they're waiting for you near the lake. Go and find them." The man ran as fast as he could to the lake, and there he saw his dogs, but they were no longer golden statues. Instead, they had turned into swans, beautiful white swans. They must have been the most beautiful birds in the world. They flapped their wings and started swimming around the man. They were overjoyed to be free. From that day on, the man never hunted birds or animals again. He spent his days by the lake, watching the swans swim and remembering the lesson he had learned from the wise dove. Sometimes when the man felt sad or bored, the swans would fly onto his shoulders and tell him stories about their adventures in the sky. And although the man was once rich, he became even happier living a simple life surrounded by nature and true friends. And that, my dear children, is the story of the day. Remember, true wealth and happiness come not from material possessions or power, but from kindness, friendship, and living in harmony with nature. Be kind to all living beings and always remember to share your happiness with those around you. Only then can you truly be rich and fulfilled. Now it's time for bed. May your dreams be filled with the magic of the talking dove and the wisdom of the swans. Sleep tight, and until next time.